Hey guys, today I'll be talking about John Ireland. So let's do this in chronological order because good times. John Ireland was born in Burnchurch, County Kilkenny, Ireland. The exact date of his birth is still unknown, but what we do know is that he was baptized on September 11, 1838. His parents, Richard and Judith Ireland, immigrated with their 6 children to the US in 1848, where they first stayed in Burlington. After that, they moved to Chicago in 1851, and finally they settled down in St. Paul, Minnesota in 1852. Thankfully for them, they didn't have to go through any visa process whatsoever. Yeah, good times. Anyways, a year later, the first bishop of St. Paul, Joseph Cretin, chose Ireland to study priesthood at a preparatory seminary in Mixmeux, France. Ireland did this course till 1857. After that, he did a Marist seminary at Montbel, France, from 1857 to 1861. Shortly after he was done, he was ordained by Joseph Cretin's successor, Bishop Thomas Langdon Grace, and did some pastoral work from there on. Ireland then did some action and joined the 5th Minnesota Infantry Regiment as its chaplain, but because of some illness he had to resign in 1863. He still had close friends in the Grand Army of the Republican though. Ireland got back to pastoral work. In 1875, Pius IX appointed Ireland as the coadjutor bishop. In case you guys don't know what this is, it's basically an assistant of the main bishop. Finally, in 1884, the big day came, and John Ireland was appointed as the Bishop of St. Paul, Minnesota. During his time as a bishop, John Ireland did a lot of work in terms of promoting Catholicism. Right after he was appointed bishop, the hierarchy of the US decided at the Third Plenary Council of Baltimore to establish a Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. Since Ireland was believed that this step was essential, he was part of the core committee and had an active interest in it for the rest of his life. A year later, in 1885, he founded the College of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota. Today, it is known as the University of St. Thomas. In 1888, after 4 years of being a bishop, his diocese elevated to become an archdiocese, and he was made the first Archbishop of St. Paul, Minnesota. He held this title for 30 years till he died in 1918. Before his death, however, he established the Church of St. Mary in 1903. Today is known as the Basilica of St. Mary and is the first basilica in the US. Now before I end, it's very important for me to address his beliefs, which actually stayed the same. His first belief was with Americanism. Time to elaborate. He urged Catholic settlers in America to accept the new ways and the new language of the new country. For example, he was very clear that Catholic schools and churches in America should teach in English, and that the use of foreign languages should not be allowed. In fact, one of the biggest communities he tried to influence were the Germans. The German immigrants preferred not to speak in English, as they felt that they were losing their language gradually. His second biggest belief was racial equality. He felt that color should not be the basis of treating someone, and felt that everyone should have the same rights. And that pretty much sums up John Ireland. Thanks so much for watching.